What's going on, football fans? Welcome back to another episode of Breaking the Birds. Linval Joseph. How about that? Signed off the streets 4 days before the Eagles game against the Colts, and he dominated. PFF's highest graded player on the Eagles roster, and he instantly came in and he shattered double teams and displayed terrific athleticism for a guy of his size. I'm not gonna say anymore. Just get right to it. All right, this is a second and 2 for the Colts here. Linval lined up right here in a one technique to the weak side of the defense. And they're going to be running a power here. So they're going to be down blocking to the right side. They have the polar coming across here. Linval is going to be taking on the double team here from the center and the right guard to begin with here. And they continuously double team him. He works his way to his left of the left guard there and clocks up that entire middle. Has both the A gap while he's in control of the B gap. And Jonathan has to seek outside and gets tackled for no gain on the play, setting up third down. Again, a play that doesn't show up in the stat sheet for Linval whatsoever. But split zone here. Look at him take on the center and the left guard. He does not get moved a single bit. He's right there on that far horseshoe. If we should use any landmark, he's right there at the level of the horseshoe throughout the entire play. Why is that so perfect for Linval? Is because if neither the guard nor the center can transition up to TJ Edwards, and you have a defensive tackle out here in a single block on the guard here to the right side, that means TJ Edwards is all the way free, and he can just shoot in there and make the tackle. So if Linval was to get shoved back, the center would release up to TJ, and that would be a much bigger play. Massive job here by both Linval and Dominican on a split zone. So split zone left here. So the entire O-line is going to be blocking to the left right here. Linval's taking on the double team to begin with. Does not get moved at all. And Dominican Suh is taking on the right tackle by himself. He shoves him way inside here. So the entire middle becomes one big clusterfuck. And no movement is made on Linval and Dominican on this play. And that allows Kaiser to just fill his gap and make the tackle in there for no gain. Nothing particular happens on this play. I just want to show you here the strength of Linval Joseph here. It's a one-on-one situation here. And just the pure strength of him as he's taking on the center right here and shove him away. A quick pass never becomes anything of a pressure, but just to show you what kind of strength we're dealing with here in a guy like Linval, because then it's going to make a lot of sense when you're going to see the double teams he's taking on a little bit later. So left for the Colts here, Linval in a zero technique. He's getting taken on here by the center at first. Also get the right guard to push him. So that's why he ends up in this position right here in the backside A gap. Now he does a really good job here standing up the center despite getting pushed by the right guard as well and kind of double teamed there to begin with. He holds strongly there in his gap and works backside, works back to his original stance there in the zero technique and comes in and assists on the tackle by collapsing the middle of the field there and holding this play to a few yards. This is such an underrated play here. There's nothing that shows up in any statistic, but look at Linval here, smothering the center immediately here in pass rush, swipes right across from him, takes on the right guard, occupies him, and then takes Jonathan Taylor as he's coming out there in the backfield and disrupts his route there on the check down. And the rest of the defensive line, they don't have to worry about the center or the right guard, so it allows a lot of them to be freed up in their rush here. And that's going to create pressure on Matt Ryan. And Jonathan Taylor is slow to get out there because he gets disrupted by Linval. Perfect rep. Colts running the power here. Linval Joseph in one technique, almost right ahead from the center here. Taking on the double team on the down block from both the center and the right guard. And he just doesn't get moved the slightest bit. Like zero movement on Linval. And then the right guard, he has to transition at some point. And so when he transitioned, Linval just shoves away the center and comes in there in the backfield, like shoves away the center right there and comes in and makes the tackle in the backfield. Zero technique from Linval. I just enjoy this. Just a pure power combined with some sneaky athleticism right here. Initially taken on, going for his left, then getting the center out of balance, shoving him away, and collapsing the pocket there. And Dominican Suh, and he's bending around the edge of the right guard. And those two guys just simply collapse the pocket there and get the combined sack on Ryan. Again, nothing fancy from Linval here. Just the mere fact that he can stand here right at the full mark line, take on the double team, and he's still at the full mark down. Like, he does not get shoved back. And it just opens up the rest of the gaps here for the other defenders because they don't have these constant moving pieces around there in the middle that can just transition up to assist on other blocks. And so everything collapses in the middle. I have no idea why Linval was a free agent. I mean, look at a big guy like this playing zero technique who can move like this. What? All right, so Colts are near the Eagles' goal line here. And so it's a 5-yard line, and with a touchdown here, it becomes a 2-score game. So it's vital that they stop the run here and they stop the Colts from scoring here. Linval in the one technique here, he's responsible for the weak side A gap. Look at him just hold up the center here and just read everything. No movement at all. It looks effortless how he just holds up the center and then it just reads. Big play here. Colts coming out in a big formation. Linval in one technique. Look at him take on the center right. Oh, excuse me, not the center, the right guard right here. Takes him on. Head up here, doesn't even have a look at him, comes out of nowhere, and good engage on him, takes him on with his right arm being occupied, then shifts him over to his left, and then comes in there and makes the tackle. Perfect two-gapping technique on Jonathan Taylor. Phenomenal guy to watch. I mean, he's going to prove so vital in that odd man front for the Eagles, and a guy like Jordan Davis can learn so much from Linval Joseph, who has been in the game for such a long time, and I don't even think it's a bad thing when Jordan comes back, and those guys can substitute with each other, and Joseph can teach some things for Jordan. I think it's going to be a beautiful thing.